It's Farrah. Come on, it's Farrah. Hey y'all, what's going on? And welcome back to Ashland. And if you are new, welcome to my land. Welcome to my world. Alright, we're gonna go ahead and get into this recap of Team My Family Reunion. This is episode 4. And just jumping on in, leaving right where we left off from last episode. We're with Devon and Brianna talking, working through their stuff, trying to work out, their issues or whatever, whatnot. And Brianna clarified that basically, like, what she meant was that Devon didn't have a stable environment, a stable living situation for that majority of time of um, Nova's life. And now that, he is older, he's gotten himself together, he's getting more stable, he has a girlfriend, which she's okay with, but they live together and they still Nova still does not have her own safe space. Nova still does not have her own place, her own room, her own bed, like, so that kind of like clarified like where she was coming from as far as when she said, that from 0 to 5, like he, like was basically was homeless or was hopping from house to house. And all in all, Devon is like, broke down on us, which was like just good to see. It was just like, I love Nova. Like, I just want you to know I love Nova. And, I'm actually here. He was telling the life coach, like, not only am I here for Nova, I'm actually here for Brianna. Like, I want her to see, who I really am. I felt like, she thought she knew who I was from, where we were back then. And, I'm not that person. And of course, the way to show up is he has to, show the way he has to show who he is through being that person that he needs to be for Nova. And, you know, it, they, the fact that they were able to have this conversation, both feeling like, seeing things from a different point, him even stepping up and saying like, I know that I can do better, I can do more, like, and making that commitment to that. So I'm really hoping that, going forward, they both can, stay on that track. Brianna, like, realizing that it's not about her and her feelings, but about being Devon. And just, this was a moment that just needed to happen. This family reunion is just everything to me right now. Seeing them, I hope they can just stay in that. That's the only thing that is just my thought, is I hope that they can just continue to, evolve in that, situation and stay in that place for each other. And like the life coach said, like, empower each other as parents. And child, like, I ain't gonna lie to y'all, in this episode I was triggered. I was getting triggered a lot. Like, they were preaching to the masses, not just them, in this episode. So this day was the next day, the next event day. Nobody actually knew what they were going to be doing. Just that production told them that, to dress in active clothing, not to, really get into anything that you really will care about if it got like messed up or whatever or not. So they don't even know what they're getting into. And that's when our boy Corey is gonna appear, right? Basically. So they're walking up to the, the place or whatever in the event, and it's, like, I've never seen a course like this long. Like, I've seen those blow up janks and they got the little courses or whatever for the kids or whatever whatnot, or even for the adults, but I've never, this thing was long, y'all, like extra long. So now that I'm thinking about it, I was like, okay, I see why, like, Brianna had her moment, right? So Corey, comes out, makes his appearance, like, y'all, what's up? You're not gonna have this reunion without me. Hype for it, hype for Corey. Glad he was able to make it. So of course he brings basically the challenge, his no regular first day job, to the family reunion, asked for them to do. So they break up into teams, and it was like everybody like did their best, killed it though. People were worn out. The girls were tired, worn out from this, and I was like, yo, like that check was like really long. So I kind of see now like how things like got to the where they were as far as like Brianna like having the moment that she had. So what happened? So they were everybody's going like even Gary, like Gary losing a shoe, but Gary is going like small. Big Gary couldn't, he wouldn't have been able, but little Gary, small, little getting a little smaller Gary, he did that. So anywho, like getting even down like even to it, like this ain't even like going to even be like too much of a long one, because I'm not gonna really, like this wasn't really like, this was just like a good episode, y'all. Like I really enjoyed this episode. Like they really were touching in on some good stuff. So anyway, just focusing back to the event. So just getting right even to it. So Brianna ended up going twice because, of course, Amber is still, burnt, sun poisoned. So she didn't do it. So, of course, they had the extra person. So she volunteered to go again. Second time, like literally, they're in the lead, and she almost beats Bar. Her second time around, she's going against Bar, and she almost beats Bar. But literally, when she gets out of the course before him. But it's just that run down to get back to the team that really gets her. But what's happened is she's like, I'm out of breath. I can't breathe. I can't breathe. I can't breathe. Like I think everybody was like standing around, so nobody really took it seriously at some point. They think like, maybe she was just being dramatic and just having a moment. No, like Shorty was like, can I just say, I said it. I'm literally watching with my daughter, and I'm like, I said, she dehydrated. She dehydrated. I said, bitch, she's probably dehydrated. She's dehydrated. So they take her away. Her and Brittany are in the truck, and she's talking to them like, still telling them like, I need oxygen, like I can't breathe, and then passes out, and it freaks Brittany out. Like, which it would freak me out too if it was my sister, or it was vice versa. Like Brittany was in her face like, Brianna, like you have to wake up, like breathe through your nose. Like it was a moment. Like I just felt fun, but I knew like that she was gonna be okay. I knew that it's probably hot out there. Like, when have you really ever seen Brianna do anything like active? But I get it. Like she was trying to take one for the team, and so it was just too much. It's probably hot. Like she probably wasn't even, like I said, hadn't hydrated herself or whatever, whatnot. So boom, end up taking her to the emergency room. Everybody's concerned, worried. Like Corey's like, yo, I didn't want nobody to get hurt. Of course, the other team won or whatever or whatnot. But which I think was not Corey, but no, which ended up actually being Corey's team. Yes, the team that Corey ended up assembling is he started a team, and basically Cheyenne started a team, and boom, that's how that went. But of course, everybody's worried. Everybody's like, like Corey's like, I didn't mean for like this to even happen. Like I hope she's good, but of course, like he thanked everybody for participating. It was a good time. Like that was like a good little event. I would love to do something like that, but make sure I definitely stay hydrated and like just stay, prepared for that. They took Brianna to the emergency room, and I guess maybe Brittany wasn't able to go out there in there with her, whatever. Cause it seemed like she was just outside, had to be outside. So um, they're talking on the phone or whatever, whatnot, and of course, Brianna's now come to, and she's like, just telling her that they've started an IV, and they're just, just drawing blood, and they're just, of course, doing the normal protocol for, emergency room, running up bills, whatever, whatnot. So, she's like, I'll probably be here for a while. But Rena was like, I'm not leaving my sister. I'm not leaving my sister here. And I feel her, because I would have been the same way, like sitting out here in this parking lot, like, I don't know what I'm gonna do. I don't know how I'm gonna keep myself busy, but I'm like, and we ain't at home and stuff, like, no, I'm not leaving her here. So, it's just good, even like to see, just, Woods, Devon, even like just expressing his concern, just hoping like she's okay, whatever, whatnot. Like, at the end of the day, like they, like as a mother of his child, I definitely think that, he, has love for her or whatnot. So, mind you, on the other end, because of course they're back from, their little event for the day. Cheyenne is like new to, the group or whatever or whatnot, and she's not a teen mom. So as well, she's getting to know the lady, especially if her being with OG, getting to know them. And she was, having a talk, with Macy and getting to know Macy, and her story, how she grew up. And, I think, kind of like vice versa, whatever, whatnot. Like Macy just telling her, like, like basically, like, my first time I got pregnant. Like, and that has to be like a lot. I couldn't imagine. Like, and that happens for people. Like, it happens, I don't want to say it happens more times than not, but I think it was like happened to another like celebrity, I think, or whatever, whatnot. Like, what is it, Angela? Or is it, yeah, I think that's the Angela one. I think Angela, like, Russell Simmons' daughter, like, that happened to her too. Like, I think her first time. Maybe, right? Am I right? I think so. I think it was her. Like after the first time, like she got pregnant. Like that's just crazy. So, like I said, like everybody's still worried about Brianna, Jade. Went to check on them, realizing that they're not there. She calls Brittany, and Brittany's telling her like, "Girl, we at the hospital. Like they talking about they doing the EKG because of her heart and all this, blah blah blah." And I'm like, we doing all this and she's just dehydrated. I said, I remember being sarcastic when I said, watch. Then you'd be like, I was just sarcastic. I was just sarcastic. I was just dehydrated. Like, I know, sis. I know. You're just dehydrated. That's all. That's it. That's all that it is. But whatever. So of course, like she's gonna be like she's in there forever or whatnot, and um, she d- so she does end up coming back or whatever whatnot. Like I said, she's okay. She was just dehydrated, like. But everybody, of course, is just like cool, whatever, bam, bam. We're just glad you're okay, whatever, and all like so. On from that, like such an impactful moment, and like what I was saying as far as like a moment triggering me was the OG teen moms or whatnot, excluding of course Caitlyn, because Caitlyn's not there. They had like a life session coaching therapy group with the life coach or whatever or whatnot, and just this, distincting them, from the other girls, and them not having that drama, whatever, not since Farrah, of course, or whatever, whatnot. Note how that was mentioned. That little mention there, how much time was left. I was like, okay, yeah. So Farrah basically gonna slide in at the very end, and we're gonna have to wait till next week again to get at the new episode. So, I mean, to get the, wait till the new episode comes out to get the whole how this went out with Farrah. So, the life coach ends up, getting with them, showing them a blow up picture, of themselves, and, asking them like where they were, at that moment, and basically getting them as well to talk to them, and, walking them through where they were, why they, might have had to been where they were at that place, and breaking through to that person and like and saying, hey, we can move on from this. It was just a good moment. And I think of all moments was Amber's, of course, because we know like Amber has probably been through, not to take away from any of the other girls, but she's been through the most. And she's probably even still goes through the most, and probably is the most criticized out of all the moms, especially to the public eye or whatnot. And, her peers, my peers, and social, as far as like social media and stuff like that. So, you know, I felt like what she got from the life coach is what she needed, because it's something that sounded like that she probably wasn't getting from therapy. And what really was the stick out or whatever was the life coach, just saying to her that, you weren't giving all the tools. You weren't you only did what your parenting skills are basically because that's how you were taught to be a parent, and that's real life. Like, our childhood traumas make us who we are as adults. And when you react, or when something's happening, the child comes out in you, and that's why you don't handle things as you should like an adult. And it's not to say it's bad, but it's something that you need to work through. And once you work through it, it'll be a whole lot. So her, realizing, like, hey, like, you didn't know. You only did could go with the tools that were given, to you. And that's so true in so many places. And I really think that that really just, touched her, realizing, like, it's not your fault. And when even that right there just really, I just wanted to hug her myself. So just good work, ladies. Good work. Good work. Good work. So, as we're closing out to the end, and like I said, Brianna is back. She's chosen, like, just to go and get rest. And then we're seeing our girl Farrah pull up and talk about, how she hasn't seen the girls in years. And basically, it wouldn't be a family reunion without her. And basically, it's probably boring without her. No, boo, it's definitely enough drama. It's definitely been enough turn up, and actually, it's been having fun. They've been doing some healing, and you coming is definitely going to stir up some shit. It's definitely going to stir up a pot again. Like, this is. So anyway, the rest of the group is outside, toasting up, having drinks. Corey like, y'all, let's go. Like, I came here to have fun. We don't have our kids. Like, let's go. Exactly, Corey. That's exactly how I am. We ain't gotta go back to no responsibilities. We ain't gotta handle no kids. What is we waiting on? Let's get this party poppin', right? Let's go. Let's get the drinks flowing. Let's take some shots. Let's play some games. We're over here playing beer pong. Like, let's get it cracking. And then, just as they're taking shots, here comes Farrah walking in. Hi guys. Like, it didn't the fact that she, like, really playing this this nice person, this nice girl shit. What? So, stay tuned, y'all, because I cannot wait to see how this is going to go down. If it does not go down like, if it does not go down in next week's episode, like, if everything cannot, like, sit down and be cool and just. It's Farrah. Come on, it's Farrah. All right, y'all. So, like this video if you enjoyed it. I hope you enjoy it. Give me some feedback. Like, what did you think of this episode? What are your thoughts about what's going to happen when Farrah comes? Let's go ahead and talk about it. Drop me some comments. Of course, if you like this type of content and would enjoy seeing my mom life and my lifestyle, things like that, go ahead and hit that subscribe button. All right. And of course, I will see y'all later. Peace.